In just 60 seconds, I'm going to show you how to set up a WooCommerce form that looks exactly like this one here, where it's 2 steps. Now, if you're not sure when you would want to use this, or you're not sure how to code or anything, don't worry, because this tutorial here is beginner friendly. There's no coding required, and I'm going to show you exactly why you need to know when to use this form. And if you're selling anything online, hint, you should be using one of these forms, but only in a particular type of way. So I'm going to explain when to use it in this tutorial. Now, later on in this video, I'm also going to share some checkout page optimization tips that are going to allow you to increase your conversion rate and make more profit with your checkout pages. So we've got a lot to unpack in this video. So let's get into it and get into the first thing, which is how do we actually go ahead and set this up? So 60 seconds on the clock. Let's start that and let's go. So to make our 2-step order form for WooCommerce, we're going to be using this plugin here, WooFunnels. This is one of my favorite WooCommerce plugins. If you haven't checked it out, there's going to be a link in the description that shows you more information. I've released a lot of videos here recently on my channel that goes through its functionality, but this is what we're going to be using. It allows you to build sales funnels, custom WooCommerce checkout pages, custom thank you pages, and then also post-purchase upsells, downsells, and in-checkout order bumps. If you don't know what any of that is, you need to subscribe to my channel, because this is the stuff that I cover here. It's all about helping you make more money as a solopreneur and go from frustratedpreneur to successfulpreneur in the process. So that's the plugin we're going to be using. And to do it, we go to WooFunnels, and then we're going to go to Funnels, and then click Add New, and we'll just write 2-step. And we'll click add. And then here I'll go to checkouts. And then over here, I'm going to use Elementor for this example. Divi, Gutenberg, Oxygen, Customizer. If you're using something like Beaver Builder that doesn't have native modules, you can use shortcodes. So you can pretty much use any page builder to do this. Let's scroll down, and this is the design that we're going to use here. So I'll click import. And then if we view this, we now have this sales page that is built using Elementor and its modules. And if we scroll down, we have a WooCommerce checkout form that is 1 step here for information, and then we can go to the next step. And then this is where we put in our credit card details, or they could pay using PayPal. So I haven't set that up for this particular form, but this is all out of the box, ready to go. All you have to do now is customize the text on this page, customize the images to match the product that you're going to be selling. And then this is ready to send traffic, Facebook ads, whatever it is, goes straight to this page. And that's how you'd go and sort of use this. But in terms of how to use this form, when and where it would make you more profit and make more sense in your business, it's really important to understand when you would use this type of form. So that's what we're going to cover in the next section here in this video. So like I said in the previous section, WooFunnels is one of my favorite WooCommerce plugins. It's probably my favorite plugin because it makes you more profit and it allows you to customize the look of your website in the one plugin. It's incredible. So, but for this tutorial, we're going to specifically focus on this 2-step order form. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the first way that you could use this form. So to do that, we're going to go back to the WooFunnels settings. And then this is our form here. So this is, if we edit this, so we'll just go to edit. This is called Booster. So if we go to settings under here, and then we go to checkouts, and then we set our global checkout to be Booster, and we click Save Changes. So now if we view our website, and then we go to shop, and then we add this product to cart, and then we go to our checkout page. Our checkout page for our normal shopping behavior is now this checkout page. So if we scroll down, this would be here, and we can see that the beanie is in the cart, and they can go through a 2-step process. We have our shipping set up, then we go to the next page, and then they can choose their credit card details for Stripe, PayPal, and so on. So what this normal shopping behavior is called in WooFunnels, where people go to your catalog, they add products to cart, and they build their cart with items, then they click to go to checkout. That checkout page is called the global checkout in terms of WooFunnels and its plugin. That's why here under settings, checkouts, and global checkout, we've selected the booster. The normal shopping behavior, the global checkout, is set to our booster theme here. So obviously you don't want that behavior to go to a page that looks like this. So you can actually go ahead and still keep that form there, but we can just make it look more like a regular e-commerce page. So what we can do there is we'll just edit this with Elementor. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to edit this page and make it look more like a checkout page. So bear with me and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I've just went ahead and cleaned this up a little bit, and now this looks more like a regular e-commerce page. So we have our header up the top, our unique selling points like made in USA, why buy from us 30 days, no back guarantees. Again, this is all just me making stuff up. I spent about 1 second on editing this page. But just to show you, we have the form here. And then if we go down, we have some testimonials and some frequently asked questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this page now. And now on our shop page, if we add a beanie to cart and then we go to our checkout page, this is now our main checkout page for our entire WooCommerce website. So we still have the 2 steps up here. So when the page loads, this is something that we're going to get into in a little bit in this video. There's not as many forms that are on the page, so it's less of a commitment for the user to start filling out this form. So psychologically, maybe you'll increase your conversion rate because not all the form fields are loading on the page at once and someone just goes, this is too hard, I don't have time for this, and leaves your website. So this is how it's going to work. So people can go here, they can put in their details, select their shipping, click next, and then they go to the second step, payment, and this is where they pay. And then down here, you could have some testimonials, frequently asked questions, and so on. And again, you can do this in any page builder. It's completely up to you. Every page builder works with WooFunnels. So now that we've looked at this 2-step form, and now I've shown you how to go and set it up, I want to say 2 things. So the first one is that you can go and do this for your global checkout, aka your main checkout page for your entire WooCommerce store, where people are adding products to cart and going to checkout. You could do a 2-step order form like this, but what I would recommend is that you actually set up an A/B test. So you don't go out, purchase WooFunnels or install WooFunnels, and then go and do a 2-step checkout like this and just call it a day. I would actually A/B test it. So what I want to do now is show you how to A/B test it in the next section. But the second thing that I want to point out before we move on is that this is our normal shopping experience, but you've probably seen a 2-step order form like this on a sales funnel, which is the sort of pages that you'd build using ClickFunnels or a sales building software. So that's exactly what WooFunnels does, but WooFunnels allows you to build your sales funnels, so it completely replaces ClickFunnels in my eyes, but then it also allows you to customize your WooCommerce checkout page that is used, for your main WooCommerce website. It does a whole lot more, like you can make custom thank you pages. It does your one-click upsells and downsells. We're not going to touch on that in this video here. Again, we're going to specifically focus on this 2-step order form here, but I just wanted to point out that you can customize this main checkout page, but then also sales funnels, because we're actually going to need to understand that while we go through these next sections. So just wanted to make that clear. Let's get into the next section. I'll show you guys how to set up an A/B test for this page here. So we've set up this 2-step order form here, but understandably, it's a little bit different to what people are maybe used to when they go and add products to cart and then get to the checkout page. Maybe they're expecting something that looks a little bit more like Shopify's. So instead of going out and just changing our whole WooCommerce website to use this as the default WooCommerce checkout page, what about we set up an A/B test, okay? And we'll have a normal style looking Shopify checkout experience on the checkout page. And then we'll have this brand new one and we'll run 50% of traffic to each and see which one makes us the most profit. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do in this video. So we have this template here. Let's actually go and set up a page that looks a little bit more like Shopify's, a normal checkout experience. And then we'll go ahead and start the test. So it's really easy to set up a really nice design using WooFunnels for your checkout page that looks like a normal WooCommerce checkout experience. To do that, we want to go back to our dashboard. And then we want to go to plugins and then installed plugins. And then you want to install this plugin here, A/B experiments for WooFunnels. Now, when you go ahead and buy a paid plan to WooFunnels, you get this plugin here free. So it doesn't cost you any extra, but I think you do need to have a paid version of WooFunnels to install the A/B experiments. I think the reason they did that is because they want to keep their core plugin as bloat free as possible. Not everyone wants to run A/B tests, so they have the main WooFunnels plugin, and then the A/B experiments is a separate one, but it comes free when you purchase the main WooCommerce plugin. Again, all these links are going to be in the description below. They've really helped support the channel and these types of videos that I do. If you purchase from my affiliate links, that'd be really cool if you did that. But we have this plugin installed now, and then what we want to do is go to WooFunnels and use this new menu item, experiments. So let's click on that, and then we're going to add new, and then checkout page, save and continue. And here it's going to be our booster, which is this design here. And then here I'll say booster versus Shopify-like designs. We're actually going to set up 2 different variants here on top of the booster one. So we'll have 3 in the experiment, and we'll click create experiment. And now that's done. So let's go ahead and just duplicate the booster, and we'll close that. And then we'll edit. And then here, we're going to keep it a 2-step. We're going to use Elementor, and this is the Shopify design. So we'll click import. Okay. And if we preview that, this is what that new template looks like. So a lot like Shopify, it's a really nice, clean design. This is the one that I'm currently using on my main WooCommerce website. So let's go ahead and I'll just quickly change this logo here. So we'll edit with Elementor, and then I'll just edit this image, just select my logo and insert media, update, and then we'll view the page. So that's variant number 2. That looks like Shopify. Let's go ahead and set up our 3rd one. So to create the 3rd one, we just duplicate the booster again, and we just go through the same step. So configure traffic, equal weight, update, edit, and then we'll just remove this, and then 2-step. And then let's do this one here. So import, and then if we preview this one, this is going to be our 3rd design. So let's go ahead. I'll just quickly add my logo up here. So we'll go edit with Elementor. So I just changed that row to a black background, and I'll just quickly edit this image. And just while we're here, this plugin here called Folders, I'm going to leave a link to it in the description below. It allows you to put any post type, including custom post types, into into folders. It allows you to organize your media library into folders, and it also works when you're adding content using your page builder on the front end as well as the back end. Really, really powerful plugin. I think it's like $25 or something. Well worth it. Okay, and I'm just going to update that, and then that's going to be our third one. So here's our booster design, here's our Shopify design, and then here's our box design. So let's go ahead and run this A/B test. So back here, all we need to do is a 30%, they're evenly distributed. Click start and start now. So we let that run, and then whichever one works out to make us the most profit, has the highest conversion rate, then we could just actually run a second experiment with just that one here. So just say the booster one. We could go and create a new experiment and have that booster design, but we could set up 2 variations of the booster design and change something. So the way that I would go ahead and do that, let's actually do that right now. So if we go to declare a winner, so let's just go to analytics. So if you scroll down, you can declare a winner, and let's just say the booster was actually winning. Let's just go declare winner and then declare it the winner. So now the winner is set as our main WooCommerce checkout page design. Okay, and this experiment is marked as completed. So if we go back to experiment, so you can see that it's completed. So now let's go ahead and we're going to create a new experiment, and I'll show you how you would go and A/B test these ones. So let's just go checkout and go save and continue. And then here we're going to choose the booster, and we're going to do booster variations and click create experiment. So once you've done that wide test where the design's completely different and you have a winner, you want to take that winner and then create these variations, but only change one thing on the page at a time. So you know that specific thing has the causation, causes the result, in the analytics. So what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate the booster, and then we'll click edit, and then we'll go preview. Now, a test that we could go ahead and set up here is we could just have that black row, and then the testimonials could stay. We could get rid of the frequently asked questions. That could be a second variation. And then we could also have the testimonials and remove them and keep the FAQ. And then we could even have another variation where we remove both of these and we just have that black part up the top. It's something that you want to test. For this example, we're actually not going to set that up because that's quite easy. All you would be doing is deleting the rows there. I want to show you is, we're at this point now. What if we actually tried a 3-step order form? Maybe that'll convert higher than the 2-step. So if we go back here and we go to fields, we have step 1 and then we have step 2. So let's actually make 3 steps. So we're going to call this step 3. And what we're going to do, we're going to have information, we're going to have shipping, and then we're going to have payment. So let's go ahead and set that up here. So all we really need to do is we can actually just delete this shipping method part here. And then in step 2, we'll click add section and we'll call it shipping info, and we'll save. And then shipping method, we just drag into there, click save changes, and then let's preview that. So we have 3 steps: information, and then they click next. And then that would be where they select their shipping and then payment. So to edit these titles, we just go edit with Elementor. And then if you click on this module, you can see it's here. So we could do your info, shipping, payment, like that. And we'll get rid of this just to make it nice and neat. So we'll click update, and then we'll just preview that. And now we have our variation completed where we're testing a 2-step order form versus breaking out those details into a 3-step. So now we can just go back to our experiment, and then under booster variations, we will just go start experiment and start now. So I just wanted to show you guys how easy it is to go out and set up all these different designs and customize these forms and put something like this 2-step order form into your, basically your checkout page that everyone's going to see after they add products and go to checkout. The reason that I wanted to show you the experiments and that you can set them up is because you don't really want to go out and make your normal WooCommerce website have a checkout form that looks like this, because people aren't really used to seeing it. Your customers are used to going to a Shopify page and seeing the normal default Shopify design. So now that we've covered all of that, there is one point that I really feel like you want to be using a 2-step order form, and I'm going to show you where that is in the next section. So if you're watching this video, I'm going to assume that you've heard about ClickFunnels, which is a software that allows you to build sales funnels. I think they basically invented sales funnels. Now, if you go to their website where they're selling their book, and this is the page there, if you click on a button to purchase the book, it opens up a 2-step order form. Now, we have to assume that somebody like this that is, basically ClickFunnels invented sales funnels. We know that ClickFunnels is making a lot of money. They're spending a lot of money on advertising. We can assume that they've done a lot of different tests to see what type of form converts at the highest rate. And here they've ended up with this. And I've checked this. I would have checked this like a year ago. It hasn't really changed. They're using the 2-step order form. So we can assume that they've spent a lot of money. They're using this now. They would have A/B test heaps of stuff because the software ClickFunnels is basically good because it allows you to A/B test things very, very fast. So if they've decided on this, it's obviously working, and it must be the best application for it in this situation. Another marketer that I'm going to assume spending a lot of money, which you might have seen ads for, if we go down to their form here, you're getting this book here, it's a 2-step order form. So the thing that I like about 2-step order forms is that people are loaded with less fields on the page. So it's less of a commitment. So, first name, last name, email, phone number, click to claim the offer. Now, if you break down what's actually happening here is we're getting their details, first and last name, we're getting their email and phone number. So we can SMS them and we can send them an email, automated emails. So it doesn't really matter if somebody puts in their details here and then clicks this and they go to the shipping where they'd obviously pay as well, because really we're getting their details. So that's the main thing here is like a two-step order form is good because you're getting their details up front to be able to remarket to them later on. And you're also loading less fields on the page. So it's less of it's too many fields. I'm not going to do it right now for the customer, less of a commitment. So on that basis, I wouldn't actually use a two-step order form for my main WooCommerce checkout. Again, coming back to people are used to seeing a normal e-commerce checkout experience. Again, you know how to A/B test now, so you can go ahead and do that test. But one place that these really shine, I feel, is a sales page. So where you're selling one particular product exactly like this application of you're creating an ad or you're posting on social media or you have a limited time offer and you're sending people to a page, a sales page to sell an offer, to sell one particular product, and the form there can be on that page so they don't have to click to go to a separate page. And it's like this, it's less fields on the page and you get their details up front so you can remarket to them if they abandon. So this is the application where I can see you using a two-step order form, a sales page to sell a particular offer. So let me show you that. So here, as I said at the start of this video, WooFunnels allows you to build sales funnels as well. So if we click add new, and here I'll just write sales funnel demo. Now, what I really like about WooFunnels is that you can import entire funnel templates as well as a separate checkout template, sales page templates, opt-in forms, and thank you pages, and so on. So what do I mean by that? A sales funnel has multiple steps. And it has the steps here. So 4 steps, and so on. So let's just say we like one of these designs. So let's just say we like this beauty design over here. So if we click preview, the designs listed on the right-hand side, we have our sales page, which is where we're going to send traffic to. So more about our offer. And then we have our checkout, which looks like this. It's a nice styled Shopify type of normal e-commerce design that people are used to. So I really like this template here. You have upsells because WooFunnels does one-click upsells and downsells post-purchase. It's included as part of its functionality. So this is what it looked like here. If you don't know how these work, so basically you'll send people to your checkout page and when they put in their credit card details or pay via PayPal, you have those details. So that's saved in their session. So when they go to the one-click upsell like this and they click, yes, add this to my order, they don't need to enter their credit card details or their information again because we already have it. So your customer would click this button and you just charge their credit card again. So this is why they're so powerful, upsells and downsells, because you're not having to get the customer to enter details again. And then the thank you page, which looks like this. Also, if you want to see how to customize your thank you page, I'm going to be doing a complete deep dive into how to customize your thank you page in the next couple of days. So if you want to see that, definitely subscribe just so you don't miss how I do that. It's a really good, it's extremely powerful. It's going to be a really good tutorial, but we're not going to import that design. I'm going to try and find one that has 3 steps. So it has the 2-step order form on it. So this one here. So let's preview this one. So if we go down, so there's our order form. It looks like it's just 1 step here, but when we import it, we can easily make that 2 or 3 steps. I've already shown you how to do that. Then we have our upsells and our thank you. So let's actually go and import this one here. So now we have our checkout page, upsells and downsells. And again, we don't need a separate sales page because our sales page has our order form on it. That's why it's just a checkout page. Let's go ahead and preview this one and we'll scroll down. Okay, cool. So that does actually come as a 3 step. So the template's just a little bit funny there in the preview. So that's all ready to go. So we can actually go and edit this with Elementor. You'd put your logo in there. You change the offer to whatever you're doing. So let's just say it's March. Let's just say you're selling jewelry and you're coming up to Mother's Day. You could go ahead and create your best-selling product with its own sales page here where you're selling that jewelry. Maybe it's a necklace. This is all about selling the necklace. You go through the benefits of the necklace, the discount they're getting. Maybe you're bundling it with another product, which you can do in WooFunnels as well. I'll touch on that in a separate video though. And then go down. So this is it. So you send an ad. Maybe you have a Facebook ad. Maybe you post on social media. It's like, this is our Mother's Day deal. Get this necklace here. And so people go to this page here. You're selling them about it. They put in their details. Click next step. Now you've captured their details and you can actually send them emails and remarket them. So if a person does exactly what I just did and then they exit out of the browser, maybe they don't have time to complete the purchase, you have their details. You already have their email from step 1. So you can put them into a abandoned cart sequence and email them automatically and send them back to this offer. And then in those emails, you could have time-sensitive countdown timers, and so on. So it's really good for marketing like that. Step 2, shipping details. So shipping address, how do they want to ship? And if we click on payment, go down, they just credit cards, PayPal, however you want to set that up, place order, and then they can go to your one-time offers. While we're here, let's just add an upsell just so you can see how it works, because I haven't covered it yet in a video here on YouTube. I will be doing a whole separate video on it. So our first upsell, let's add a product. We'll go like t-shirt with logo, add, and here we're going to give them 15% off the regular price. So save, and then our design's already set up from the template that we imported. So let's actually go ahead and do this. So I'll guide you through this process. So you have your ads or wherever you're getting your traffic, you send them to this page for your necklace. Well, here we're selling a beanie. You got their email there right at the top of the page. The normal WooCommerce checkout has the email address right at the bottom. So you're not getting any abandoned cart email addresses. It's a really big problem for e-commerce websites using out-of-the-box themes for WordPress. You really need to have this email address right there so you can email them later on. So let's click next step. Got their contact details. They choose shipping. Click next. Okay, then you'd have your offer there. I'm just going to use the test gateway because I'm not obviously going to buy this, and then click place order. Now it goes to our upsell page. So you'd obviously change this to the product title, but it's get this t-shirt. It's our t-shirt product, and this has the 10% off the regular price, whatever we set that as. If we click yes, add it to my order, adds it to their order. Again, they don't have to put in their credit card details again. That's why it's so good. And then we're on the checkout page. Again, really nice design here. That's all done. Now, if we just view this order, you can see that the beanie and the t-shirt is there. We also have a timeline on the right-hand side. So they went through, initiated, they purchased our first front-end offer, then they purchased our offer, i.e. accepted for the upsell, and then so converted, and then they went to the thank you page and it terminated. So just to recap, what we learned in this chapter is that two-step order forms, you don't really want to use them on your main checkout because people aren't really used to seeing that in their experience of like buying from Shopify and stuff like that. I would reserve these two-step order forms that are in that style for things like sales pages, okay? And if you don't know how to use sales pages and how to use funnels and stuff like that, definitely want to subscribe to this channel because I've been doing a lot of sales pages over the last few years and I have a lot to share of what worked and what didn't work. And there's things that I waste a lot of money trying and things that made me a lot of money with sales funnels. So I'll be sharing all that stuff in upcoming videos in relation to WordPress, WooCommerce, and so on. So let's get into the next bit, which is equally as important to know as what we just learned here. So if you like what you've seen in this video and you click the link in the description below and you go and check out the pricing page on WooFunnels, if you scroll down a little bit, you're going to see that they actually have two different variations that you can get. You can get just WooFunnels, which is the funnel builder and everything that I've shown you in this video, but then it also comes as a bundle deal for an extra $70 with Autonami. So in this video here, I want to show you one of the best features of Autonami, which is to be able to go and set up an abandoned cart sequence. So let me show you how that works. So here we are on that sales page where we had the 3-step order form that we're looking at in one of the previous chapters. And here I've put in my email address, my name, and my phone number. And then here in the Autonami plugin in the back end under carts, I can see that I have an active cart and it says that it's in process. So we can check the order and it says what URL I was completing the form on. It says what products were on the form that I was purchasing on. So this here has created a cart inside Autonami. So it's like its own function where it stores cart data. And then what we can do under automations, if we go down to cart abandonment, we can see that's active and it's fired 6 times. So I've been testing this a little bit in the background. If we click here, this is what automations look like inside Autonami. So Autonami is your CRM where it houses your contact data. It has your abandoned cart data, and then it has your automations where you can do these types of flows. So if you're similar to using like Klaviyo or ActiveCampaign, this replaces that. Then you also have broadcast where you can, obviously you're building up your contacts over time. You're putting them into different mailing lists. You can send one-off emails to segments of your mailing list and contacts that are tagged with a specific tag, just things like that you're used to from a normal CRM. So here's our abandoned cart flow. So the trigger or the action is when a cart is abandoned, if the total is greater than $100, we'll send them down this path. Or if it's under $100, we'll send them this email and then we'll wait 24 hours and then we'll create a coupon code and then we'll send them an email with that coupon code inside it. And then we wait 48 hours and then we send them another email. So that's what we're actually going to look at setting up here in this chapter. I'm going to show you how it works. I'm going to show you how to actually go and set it up. So out of the box, when you install Autonami, you're actually going to get these two automations pre-built in there, but they're just going to be deactivated or inactive. And so you just go into them. You can edit them any way that you want. So for example, something that you might want to do is you might want to edit these emails. So see here where we click to send an email. If the order is greater than $100, it looks like this. We could also go ahead and use the drag and drop email builder, and we could design, a prettier sort of email. So that's something that you might want to do before you go ahead and make these live. Yeah, it's really easy. You're just dragging in columns, you're dragging in images. It's a really good email builder, but I just want to show you that. I actually have some videos here on my channel that go more in depth about this email builder, and I'm going to be releasing specific videos about just that email builder coming up over the next couple of weeks. So that would be the first thing that you need to do. Go and customize this flow to how you want it to work, and then you just set it to active, and now it's waiting for the cart data. So now what we want to do is we want to go to settings under autonomy, and then here under cart, and then you just want to make sure enable cart tracking is activated. Now I have actually gone ahead and set these to 0 just so that for this tutorial, when I put in my details, it fires instantly. By default, this is set to 15 for each of these. So here, wait 15 minutes. What this is basically doing is when somebody goes to your sales page or wherever your order form is, and they put in their details here, it waits 15 minutes before emailing the customer, because it might take customers 15 minutes to complete the form. So you don't want to email them an abandoned cart email while they're still filling out the form. So 15 minutes is pretty good. But that's what that does there. You can read more about these in the WooFunnels docs, but that's all we really need to concern ourselves with at this stage. So we have the cart feature activated, where it's going to store cart data. We have our automation, which is going to email people and do all the things that we want to happen after people abandon cart. So now with those two things up, let's go ahead and trigger this. So here we are on this page here, and this works for your sales funnels and also your global checkout. By default, out of the box, it captures all those cart details. So here I'll put in gambrosbusiness@gmail.com. So if we do that and we go back here, we can look at cart and we can see it's captured the cart. So it knows my email address. It knows that this is the item that I'm purchasing for this amount. You can click here and see a few more details about it, and it says pending. So over here, pending carts are where the automation hasn't triggered yet, so it's still waiting. And then when it sends them the email and I've been added to the automation, that's when it will go to in progress. Now, of course, we have set this to 0. This actually should go to in progress very quickly. So if we refresh this, you can say it's in progress. So I've actually received that abandoned cart email, but usually that wouldn't happen again for 15 minutes. So now if we go back and let's just put in my first name and then my last name, and then we'll go back and let's refresh. And you can see that it's updated my contact with more data. So the more data that your customers fill out with that form, the more data is saved for this contact here in the cart. So let's actually go ahead and let's go back to the automation, and we'll go to a cart, and we'll go to cart abandonment. And so this cart total is less than $100. So we would have got this email here, which would be rich text like that. So this is the email that we would have got. Hi, cart name. I noticed that you were trying to purchase. It's going to list the items with this merge tag, but couldn't complete the process. And then here in my email, this is what that email looks like. Hi, I noticed you were purchasing. It outputs the table here. And then if I click this and go back to checkout, it takes me back to this page here, and it auto completes all my details because it's in the database now from when I abandoned the cart. So that's how easy it is to set up an abandoned cart with Autonomy and WooFunnels. And that's why, looking at the pricing page here, I always recommend that people go for this one here for $70 extra per year for its ability to recapture lost sales. I mean, it only takes a couple of sales before you make that back and some. So I'll end this chapter now. Let's get into the next one. So we've touched a lot on this idea of a two-step order form, but as I said previously, it really does belong more with that order form layout on a sales funnel. But your global checkout, which we touched on in this video, which is your checkout page that customers reach after they add products to cart and they click to go to your checkout page, you can also design that extensively using WooFunnels. So this video here is a 48-minute video that goes deep dive into how you can customize your checkout page for the global checkout using WooFunnels. I give you guys some ideas of the designs that you want to do, the order that you want to set up your A/B test to increase your conversion rate, and as subsequently from that, make more profit. So you definitely want to go and watch that video next. It's really important that you optimize your global checkout page. So I'll leave a link to that video under this one here. This is the video that you want to be clicking on, this one here. I'll see you guys in that video.